Maybe you're new to the NLP space, or you've been here for some time and you're considering taking that next step to become certified. Hats off to you. It's so exciting, and becoming certified changed my life. But with that said, I totally understand that going through a certification program can require a significant financial as well as time investment. And so one of the questions that I get often that I want to make sure I address here today is, how much do NLP practitioners actually make, and is it worth it? So let's dive in and chat. So while I'd love to give you a straightforward, guaranteed answer, I hate to say, but there's no way I can do that, because the truth is, as an NLP practitioner, what you make actually depends on various things. And so today, that's exactly what we're going to dive in and chat about. So the first factor that determines how much money you make as a neurolinguistic programming practitioner is whether you decide to use it for yourself in your own business, or whether you decide to use it while you're working with someone else. So for example, a lot of corporate spaces use it. A lot of religious spaces use it, medical, educational. There's so many different routes and avenues that you can go through to be able to use neurolinguistic programming. But in addition to that, you can decide that you want to use it and leverage and create your own brand. Take my client Siobhan, for example. So when Siobhan started off and first got certified in neurolinguistic programming, she just used it personally in her own life. Then she started to use it in the corporate space. And now Siobhan is on her way to creating her own coaching certification program, where she actually leverages and certifies people in neurolinguistic programming inside of her program. Now, with that said, if you're working for someone else using NLP, then they get to determine how much you're making, essentially. If, on the other hand, you decide that you want to use NLP within your own business, you get to create the price. Now, that brings me to my second point about how much money you can make as an NLP practitioner. When you are in your own business, you essentially get to set the price. Now, for many people, this can be overwhelming or a little bit confusing about, where do I start? How do I know it's a fair price? And there's a couple things that you can do. The first thing you can do is you can look around and look at other people that are using NLP to try to gauge what price feels aligned. Looking around and trying to see what your competitors are charging will help you to gauge a fair price that feels aligned. I also like to find my sweet spot, and I want to share exactly how I find my sweet spot. When I am gauging what feels like a good price for my offer, I always try to find the middle ground between resentment and ridiculousness. So I consider, what is a price so low that it would make me resentful and I would show up in the wrong energy? And what is a price so high that I can't even wrap my mind around that feels ridiculous? And then I find that right there in that middle space, I find that middle ground, and that is usually where I will start my price. The cool thing about your pricing model is you're not married to it. So if you start at one price and you find that it requires a lot more energy and a lot more time, and you choose to raise your price, you have permission to do so. If on the flip side, you find that you charged a little bit more and you want to consider, okay, how do I add more value to what it is that I'm offering? You have the right to do that as well. It's a great part of being an entrepreneur. In my business, as I certify coaches in NLP, I have had my clients charge between $88 all the way up to $1,000 per session, which leads me to my third aspect that is a determining factor about how much money you can make. So ultimately, when you are in the entrepreneurial space, you will see that you no longer have to buy into the 9-to-5 mindset and trade time for money. What I mean by that is, when you work a 9-to-5, you usually clock in and clock out, or essentially you're said that you need to be there for a certain amount of time to earn your salary or your income. Whereas inside of your business, you can create what's called passive income, meaning you decide that you want to create an online course that teaches people about neurolinguistic programming. Now that's a course that allows you to make money even when you don't show up for it. Or maybe you decide that you want to write a book all about NLP and you've learned amazing things about it and you want to teach it to other people. Every time that book sells, you're no longer showing up for it after you've written and published it. So with that said, when you create forms of passive income, your options for income are endless. There are so many different creative ways that you can call in for more income and still be able to stack your income to be able to earn even more, because you could have passive as well as you could have active offers. So you could have these things that are selling passively, and then you could have these things where you're still showing up actively. And this creates amazing income immersions and so many opportunities for you as an NLP practitioner. In doing some research on salary.com, I found that the average income for NLP practitioners in 2022 was around 75K. And there still are some determining factors that could take the income even higher than that. One of the main determining factors is the level in which you are certified in. As an NLP practitioner, there are different levels that you can become certified in. So there's a practitioner level, there's a master practitioner level, there's a trainer level, and then there's a master trainer level. So at the practitioner level, you are learning the foundation and the basics of NLP. You're learning about 25% of the body of knowledge of NLP. At the master's level, you are learning the entirety of the body of NLP. At the trainer's level, you are learning how to train other people and becoming certified. In the master's trainer's level, you have been ingrained in NLP for years. You are training and you are a master trainer, meaning it's just a part of who you are and you naturally can teach other people about it because you embody it. Finally, the last factor that determines what you could be compensated as an NLP practitioner is, do you have a background or a comfortability around marketing and sales? Here's the thing, you could create the most amazing program. You could have the most fantastic resume, but if you do not know how to sell yourself or get yourself in front of the right people and to feel comfortable about what it is that you're offering, it can be complicated to actually take that next step and get people to want to work with you or to get people to want to hire you. I read a statistic that blew me away, and it said that 38 million people left their job in 2021 during the Great Resignation. And if this doesn't tell you anything, it tells you that leadership skills and the ability to stand out is imperative. This is why inside of the Elevate Method Coaching Certification Program, I don't just throw some certification at you and send you on your way and say, I hope that you know what to do. We include coaching to support you at building the business that you desire and deserve. Inside of the Elevate Method Coaching Certification Program, you're getting business mastery calls where you're learning the right things to build a healthy foundation so that your business can be profitable, impactful, and sustainable. You're getting coaching around sales. You're getting coaching around marketing. You're getting coaching around social media. You're getting coaching around leveraging your authenticity and so much more. So that when you show up in this space with your coaching certification program, you're not only confident, but you also stand out amongst the masses. If you are done hoping, wishing, and waiting, and you're ready to see your vision through, and you're ready to facilitate transformation that goes deeper, lasts longer, and happens quicker, I have just the thing for you. Head over to the show notes where you will find the link for the Elevate Method Coaching Certification Program. And here you're going to learn how to build a profitable, sustainable, and impactful business from your passion. I cannot wait to see you on the inside.